First of all, Evan, thanks for joining us here on Astro Supersport. It's really nice to meet you. Is it too late to wish you a happy belated birthday?
A little bit too late.
A little bit too late.
A few weeks off.
Yeah. So there is a limit to that birthday wish then. What did you do then on your birthday?
No, nothing. My family was over, so I just went out for a meal. Down the road, yeah, so chilled out. Chilled out day for your birthday then. I'm going to bring something up. I'm going to ask you a question. It's going to sound really weird, but I promise you it's heading somewhere. When exactly did you pass your driver's test, driving license? When did you get it? I don't know, it was a few weeks before the summer.
Okay, a few weeks before the summer.
Yeah, so I've had it a few months now, so I'm a safety driver now, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah,
You're good? I'm sure you've seen your instructor's viral video on TikTok. So he claims he's been giving you advice as well on how to be a better footballer. Has he really?
No. He could have done, but I don't think I would have listened if he had the football opinion. I listened to his driving instructions, but not the football side of it.
Are you sure? Because he says he's giving you life advice and all that. Yeah, on his TikTok.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But,
yeah. So upon passing that driver's test then, and I heard that you had to take it for quite a few times, didn't you?
I did.
You did? You found it difficult?
It's a different type of pressure, I'd say.
It's a different type of pressure?
Different type of pressure.
Is that harder? Okay, is parallel parking harder or is facing Virgil van Dijk harder?
I think in a driving test at the time, I think you're a lot more nervous trying to parallel park.
So fixing Virgil van Dijk was no issue for you?
No, it's not an easy task, but a parallel park under that type of pressure is different.
Yeah. Right, then let's talk about your career. Just within a year or two moving to England, your trajectory of your career has gone pretty steep. Did you expect that?
Not really. I don't think it's not a thing that you expect, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to say how someone's going to do when they go away, you know what I mean? So luckily for me, it's all gone in the right direction. Yeah,
but a lot of your old school teachers, your previous coaches have said that, you will be the top one day, and they expected all this, improvements from you. If you were to look at your career and say if you rank it, 1 is when you first started playing professional football, which is not too long ago, and 10 being peak Evan Ferguson, where would you put yourself?
I think that's a very hard question. Scale of 1 to 10 right now, I think it's hard to say. Like, you can have another 10, 15 years left to go, you know what I mean? So I'd say maybe 3.
3? So
3 maybe.
Still very far to go for you then?
Still a very long way to go, yeah.
Have you had time to just sit down one day just by yourself? Because again, your trajectory is so steep. To just realise you've only moved here not too long ago, you're playing in Brighton, in the Premier League, then you're playing in Europe. Have you sat down and thought about that?
Not really. I don't think you really get a chance. Like, I think whether, like, you have a game nearly twice a week, and then if you don't have a game, you're going away for international break. So it's all like go, go, go. You're always trying to think of what's the next thing, like trying to analyse opposition or trying to analyse your own performance, you know what I mean? So there's always something that you seem to be doing where you don't really have time to just take a day and realise how far you've come.
Well, you get reminded of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure, your friends will be texting you all the time.
Yeah, no, they do. They always tell me the bad bits, not the so good bits.
Well, let's talk about your development years then. How important was someone like Keith Long to you?
Yeah, he was good with me, sort of the first manager in a professional environment I had. So he was the first one that was sort of coming into men's football and a men's change room. He wouldn't put any pressure on me. Like, there's not a lot to expect, just seeing how I was doing.
So in that first game, when you first were thrusted into the spotlight, when everyone first started noticing you, people have talked about it time and time again, that game against Chelsea. Going into it, obviously you'll be very focused on the game, but after that, did you realise, oh wow, I just played against Chelsea?
Yeah, I think after that I was a bit mad because I think that was the first bit of recognition, you know what I mean, where you're going home, your phone's blowing up and everyone's texting you like congratulations and stuff. So I think that was the first kind of like you've done something here, you know what I mean, like it's not normal to do that. So I think that was the first bit of like recognition from a big group of people.
When you went back to school that first day after that appearance, what were your schoolmates saying to you?
Yeah.
What were they doing? Did they open the doors for you and give you a guard of honor walking in?
No. It was all a bit mad. Like I think they all knew that I was involved in the football and stuff, and I think it'd be hard for them to understand what it actually is coming from a football perspective, you know what I mean? So that was all normal.
Were you a little celebrity in school because of that?
Maybe a little for a day. But
Just a day?
Other than that, it's back to normal.
Back to normal, wow. What were you like in school then? Were you a studious boy?
I liked going to school.
Right.
Because like you met all your mates and that, and you had a laugh for a few hours, you know what I mean? That's why I enjoyed going to school. But I didn't really enjoy the other side of school, all the studying and stuff.
You're not a book person?
Not really, no.
No, not at all. You much prefer sports then?
Yeah, I think it was more the sporty type.
Did you do any other sports? Because we all know that football runs in your family, across everybody, including your sister. Were you involved in any other sports, or was it just football?
I used to play Gaelic in school, like an Irish sport. So I used to play that in school when I was younger, but other than that was always football.
Why did you choose to focus on just football in the end?
I don't know. I think it was the one I enjoyed the most, and I was in training nearly 3-4 times a week with a game at the weekend, so it's always been a part of my life. Like.
Is it true that you used to play centre mid when you were younger? I was going to say teenager, but you're still a teenager, so.
I think everyone on the team had a few different positions. I used to play out wide, midfield, so I think it was that age where everyone was finding their own position, and then I ended up front.
Well, how did that transition go? Because I thought I read a piece by one of your teachers where you said you wrote down centre attacking midfielder. That's what you wanted to be, and now you're centre forward. Of course, we can see aspects of your midfield sort of vision, really. But how did that transition go? I
don't really think it was big. Like, I wouldn't say it was that big of a deal. Like, I've always enjoyed scoring goals, and then the manager said to me, like, we're just going to play up top, and I enjoyed playing up there because you're closer to the goal, you know what I mean? So it suited me. Were you into music? Because I recently watched a video of you singing, was it All of Me? Yeah, yeah. Bohemians Bus? I remember, I seen that video came with my phone. I don't remember what it was for. It could have been an initiation or after we won a final or something, but I know the video you're talking about, but I'm not a great singer. Well, that music career didn't take off, football career certainly did. It didn't. Well, let's talk about when you came to the UK. What was it that you decided between you and your family that it was time for you to explore, moving to maybe other clubs outside of Bohemians? I think as a kid, growing up in Ireland, everyone sort of has an ambition of coming to England because it's the best league in the world and the best place where you can become better at what you do in the football side of things. So I think it was always a conversation that I wanted to move away. Was that during COVID when you did your trials around? I moved over during COVID, so I tried before it. And then it sort of like stopped for a little bit, obviously because of COVID, and then after that I moved over, sort of end of COVID, early January 21. I think you spoke about visiting Liverpool as well, having trials there. Were there other clubs that you were exploring? Yeah, there was a few, but I think they were all good, but I think Brighton just had a different feel to it. Well, I'm sure you're aware of all the comparisons, so I don't need to remind you of that, but Alan Shearer did say that there's no weakness in your game. Is that how you see it, or is there, you feel, areas of improvement? I think everyone has weaknesses. Like every footballer tell you they have weaknesses, you know what I mean? And what would you say is yours, if you were to improve on it? I'm not going to say it on camera. You don't want to give away anything for opposition? No, but I think everyone has weaknesses, and they try working on them every day to try not make them a weakness as such. Just one final thing then. It's been a great season for Brighton and for you as well. What are your hopes for the club for the rest of the season? I hope we just finish off as best as we can in the league and all the competitions, the cups and the European. Hope we just finish as best as we can. We'll try push for everything that we can, and hopefully we might end up with a trophy. That's the goal.